Oh my. So today officially marks 3 years ownership with this car. Mechanically, this car has given me 0 issues and it's been very cheap to maintain. So this car is just under 45,000 miles, and so far I've had 0 issues mechanically. I have had a few hiccups here and there, but honestly they're all pretty much due to bad luck, like my auxiliary radiator, a rock hit that, broke that, had to get that replaced, and a few broken lips, bumper, stuff like that. But mechanically, 0 issues, and the cost of ownership has been amazing. Pretty much the only required maintenance that I've had to do on this car is oil changes, which I like to do every 5,000 miles. I know some people do them every 6,000 or 7,000 miles, but I recommend to do them every 5,000 miles. I've been tuned since about 25,000 miles, and it's been amazing, honestly. Tuning this thing really woke it up, and it hasn't changed the reliability at all. Now, I'm currently running a VRSF downpipe with an AWE catback exhaust. I also have a TU pump, so I can run E40 on stage 2 plus whenever needed, but I pretty much daily stage 2 91 octane. I do fill up with 93, but I run 91 octane just to kind of help with timing corrections, because the B58 is very sensitive to fuel. I fell in love with this car on day 1, and I'm still in love with it. Honestly, since owning a BMW, I feel like I can't own anything but a BMW unless I'm moving up to like a Porsche or some type of supercar or something like that. Cosmetically, pretty much all I've done is a front lip, which right now I only have like the louver things on because the middle piece broke, but I also have side skirts, and I'm on Dynan lowering springs, SSR wheels, and the GTX rear spoiler, as well as this carbon fiber rear diffuser. And you can see the black tips that I have for my AWE exhaust. Interior wise, the only thing I've done is add these paddle shifters. I changed them out to something more aggressive, and it really fits the steering wheel that I have with this car, which actually a lot of you may think it's aftermarket, but this was the M Performance steering wheel that is like an add-on when you build the car. So it was a nice spec that they added on. So lifting up the hood here, you can actually see I still have a stock airbox, because an intake isn't really required for the B58 unless you upgrade your turbo. But from like dyno numbers and stuff like that, they've seen that the stock airbox is sufficient for stage 2 and stage 2 plus. You actually don't really get any gains from an aftermarket intake. Most people just do it for the sound, which I definitely recommend if you're into that. But honestly, looking at my engine bay, you can't even tell I've done anything performance wise unless you look at the high pressure fuel pump, which you can tell it's a TU pump because it's rounded, and you can't even really see my downpipe. But enough talking, let's go ahead and get into the drive. So I'm actually still on stage 2 plus right now. I'm on 93 octane because I did do a video earlier about this tune, which you should go check out. I uploaded it right before this one actually. This tune is a blast. It's so much fun, and I do like to run it, but when I do run it, I fill up with like a gallon or 2 gallons of E85 just to top off the octane so I don't get any timing corrections. And it has so much turbo noise. I mean, right off the bat, you can hear that my exhaust setup is still pretty loud. It is a catless downpipe with a full catback exhaust, but honestly, it sounds amazing. So out of the 3 years that I've owned this car, I've loved every second of it. Honestly, it's only made me want to drive and own other BMWs even more. But even stock, this thing is pretty fast. And when you tune it, it makes it almost an entirely different car, which is amazing. There are honestly very few things that I dislike about this car. And one is being that there's no temperature gauge on the dash for the M240i, which is the weirdest thing to me. Like, they could have done even a small digital gauge, but for some reason they don't have it. But I guess if you tune your car, it doesn't really matter because you can add that as one of like the gauges on the monitoring. But still, that little feature has always bugged me about the M240i. Other than not having an oil temp on the dash, there's not really much I dislike about this car. I do think the brakes could be a little bit better. I think they feel a little bit soft. They do have the same brakes as the M2, but the M2 does not have the same brakes as the M3 and M4, which I think is like 4 piston brakes, and the M2 is like 2 piston. I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's not as good as the M3 and M4 brakes. And obviously, this thing rips. Literally, sometimes it's scary fast. And that's not even on E40, which I still promise you guys I will show you. Personally, I love the way I built this car, and I think it's almost perfect. There's only a few things I would change, and one being I did dine-in lowering springs, and I wish I did H&R because they're a tad bit lower. And coming from a GTI that was pretty much on the floor, sometimes I miss being slammed. Although I didn't really want to slam this car because I did want it to be more sporty rather than stance. And I do love the way dine-in lowering springs look, but I think the front needs to be a little bit lower. I think the rear's pretty much perfect, and I don't know if the H&R is much lower, but I know it is a little bit lower in the front. Alongside the springs, I wish I knew a little bit more about the fitment that I was going for, because I think it's perfect. I did go for a 38 offset, which I knew was going to look great, but my wheels are only 8.5 inches wide, and I wish I did 9 inches or maybe 9.5. I don't know if I would have gotten away with that, but 9 inches for sure, because I'm running a 245 tire, and I can fit 255s, which I am going to get next if I do replace these tires, because now I know I can run a wider tire without rubbing. But I wish I got the 9-inch wheels so I could run 265, because with how much power this car makes, it definitely needs wider tires. Like, I spin like crazy on 245s, and I do have extreme contact sports, which are amazing. I did try to get the Michelin Pilot Sports 4S or whatever they're called, but they were sold out, which I did have on my GTI, which I had a great experience. So I did end up with these extreme contact sports, and I love them. They're honestly, I mean, to me, on the street, they feel almost just as good, if not the same. On the track, I know that's going to be a different story, but I don't really track my car. I've only ever taken it to the strip. So after 45,000 miles and being stage 2 plus and running stage 2 plus E40, I'm still in love with this car. Every single day I drive it, I enjoy it, and I don't think that would ever change. Honestly, I really want to upgrade the turbo on this, but I also really want an M3, which I actually wanted before I bought the B58, but I chose to get this so I could kind of do some other things financially as well. And I don't regret that for a second, because I can still, look forward to getting an M3, and that's that's pretty much my main plan right now. But if that falls through, or if I change my mind, I'm definitely upgrading the turbo on this, and I can't imagine how fun that's going to be. So I did choose to go with lowering springs over aftermarket suspension, because I did want to keep the stock like electric suspension that they have in the BMWs. It's like the M Performance electric suspension, but paired with some springs, it rides amazing. The steering on this car feels very responsive, even for being electric, which I knew some people complained about when they transitioned to that. But I really like how this thing drives. I think it drives really well, and I think it would even do good on the track, even for not really being built for the track. Obviously, it's not going to perform as well as like a full M car. This is the perfect car to buy if you're looking at daily and have a little bit of track use. Overall, my experience with the B58 and the M240i has been amazing. And honestly, I've loved this car so much. I've thought about getting a newer M240i or the newer M340i just because I love it so much. And I think having a B58 TU with the updated interior would be awesome. But I mean, as much as I love it, I'll probably end up getting an S58 or an S55 just to kind of get that full M experience with the better, you know, a little bit more power and better feel and all of that. So all in all, do I recommend this car? 100%. Would I buy this car again? 100%. You should even go check out my other video where I talk about just the B58 being the best car you can buy, where I kind of go a little bit more into what I like about it and whatnot. But I wanted to make this video more about like my experience with it and how it's been with the reliability and maintenance and all of that, which has all been great. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys.